go a bit personal for a second. The end of last year, obviously my dad passed away, and it was like one of the weirdest feelings I've ever.
Emotion.
Yeah, exactly. It was the weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life.
Around October, I lost 2 people in the same week. It was around the time that you mentioned your dad passing as well. So, when you lose your gran, it's one of the hardest things. So I had to step back for like a few weeks.
Take those moments and let that fuel you and drive you, rather than let it crumble you. And I don't want to crumble. I don't want to fold. I don't want to be that person who lets everything get to them and it gets too much. I want to fight. I want to come out the other side stronger and push through these times.
Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Boxed In. Here with your host Knowles, and I'm here today with the first guest of the show, the one and only, you know who, Dan Talks Fighting. How you doing, bro?
Let's go, man. How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah, true. It has. Since you got your first win.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago now, though. I can't lie. It's been a fair few months since entering the ring, and honestly, I've just been enjoying life, man. Eating, drinking, fucking the whole shebang. The whole shebang.
In the last few months, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I've kind of just dipped my toes out of the actual boxing scene physically, and I've been kind of trying to move towards like a better career for myself. So recently just joined a company called Boxing News, and I kind of do a lot of social media work for them now. So my kind of focus recently has changed from the physical boxing side to the career side. So it kind of feels a bit weird now,
Yeah.
slowly getting back into it, maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows?
If the right deal comes, I mean, may tickle your fancy, you know what I mean?
That's it. The problem with me though, man, is I do the Paddy Pimblett kind of route. Is I'll train really hard and really all in, and then I'm the exact opposite. As soon as I come out of fight camp, and I'll just eat whatever and drink whatever, and
And then fucking blow up like crazy, yeah.
yeah. Well, now I'm the heaviest I've ever been again. But
It's just like, you're just reaching, you're just getting heavier and heavier, personal best.
yeah, I'm smashing them out of the park.
You can't go wrong.
No, man. But I feel like when you have a goal, it's easier, isn't it? When you know what
Yeah.
you're going for. So yeah, I'm enjoying life, man. How are you?
Oh,
What's the life of you at the minute?
all good, not gonna lie. Can't wait. Next month's gonna be a big month. Last year has been an absolute crazy year. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, but in the end, we came out of it happy. In May, you fought your first opponent in the scene, Callum Hodgkiss. How did you feel coming up and after the fight?
That fight was a massive motivating factor. Like I was like, this is
Yeah,
what's going to get me in shape. This is what's going to smash I'm going to smash my goals, everything like that. Um, and obviously I got my trainer behind me who I went to school with, very close friend. Even my walkout, for example, I had my friend come out with me. Like it was a whole cool surreal moment. I'll be real, I was just on a massive high. I was on such a high for so long after the fight that I think I kind of lost that, you need to keep training, you need to
yeah,
keep it all going rather than just relax and chill and be on that high horse that you kind
yeah,
of get after that. Like my coach, for example, Jeffrey, was literally pounding me like, bro, get back in the gym, you need to be fucking consistent, etc, etc, etc. In the new year, the
yeah.
plans for me now, I'm hoping that I can spend a good first 6 months of the year training, getting in good shape and fight condition, and then the second half of the year potentially have another scrap. I think the thing is I need to get in a fighting condition
You need to get in
first.
that. You need to get in that mindset.
Facts, bro, big facts. And I don't think, like, go a bit personal for a second. The end of last year, obviously my dad passed away, and it was like one of the weirdest feelings I've ever.
Emotion.
Yeah, exactly. It was the weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life. Um, and to be honest, I didn't know really what to do, how to react, etc., etc.
How you was feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had absolutely no idea. So my coping mechanism was just to eat and drink, to be honest. Um, so I've now recognised that that was the last few months for me.
yeah,
And moving forward, I then need to work on not resorting back to those habits if shit hits the fan, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like, you know what I mean? All things happen for a reason. But
yeah,
the thing with that is you can always use that as a mechanism to get you in the right shape. Do everything knowing that your dad's looking down on you, like not could be more proud of you than ever. You know what I mean?
exactly. And I think the one thing he always used to tell me as well was that like you've got to go for what you want to do in this life. In his time period growing up, it was very different to now. The social media opportunities that are out there with certain jobs and certain aspirations that I feel like it would be a disservice to him if I didn't.
You didn't take the risk.
Yeah, exactly that, exactly that. So I'm planning on a very positive and motivating new year. Um, I've just got a personal trainer, which is very cool. So
Sounds good.
someone to keep me a bit consistent and motivated when you don't want to do it every day. So yeah, I think going into the new year, I'm looking up and looking at more positive things for sure.
This is what I mean, guys. Even with a lot of negatives, and when things just go wrong, look at it and just realize that I know it's bad, but look towards the future and look what you can do for that person.
100%. Like
Because
that.
a negative can be
Yeah.
turned to a positive,
Yeah.
even
Massively,
from the
right?
hardest of things.
That's the lowest I've ever felt in my entire 24 years now of living.
Bloody hell, you're getting old, aren't you?
Yeah, innit? I feel it. I feel it, bro. um, and I think you've just got to take those moments and let that fuel you and drive you, rather than let it crumble you. And I don't want to crumble. I don't want to fold. I don't want to be that person who lets everything get to them and it gets too much. I want to fight. I want to come out the other side stronger and push through these times. Um, and I have a great support system around me as well, because these things are never ever easy to go through on your own. Yeah, man. So I got a question for you. This boxed in.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what what's your plans for it? What are you thinking this whole thing's about?
Well, as you know, a lot of things have changed in the last year. Not a few months back, me and the missus got a bit, you know what, and we decided to have a baby. We basically it all happened because Valentine's Day, you know, we did like this little scratch card thing. I scratched the right thing, and now look where we are. And next month, I want to be a dad,
Very
and
nice, man.
a lot of, as you can hear, laughing in the background. Yeah, like as you said, I'm not. As you know, I've never lost a parent, but like a few years ago, mum did get bowel cancer, so you expect with stuff like that, you know, you expect the worst because, especially with my mum being at the age at the time, she was 38, so it was quite young to get something like that happening. But like, I know what you mean. It does, even though I didn't lose her, something hits you in the head, and you don't want to do anything. It messes your head up. Like it's one of those things that it's hard to explain, but only you yourself know how it feels if you've been in that situation.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I completely get that. Sorry to hear that, man. How is she still going strong now?
Yeah,
Kicking through it.
still got the bag, but hopefully having off this year.
Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's it's it
a lot of
is
tackling
weird,
going on.
isn't it? It is
Yeah,
weird that so much actually happens to so many different people out there, and
it
we're all
happens to
kind
the
of
wrong
just
people.
living our lives.
No, I mean to the people that don't do anything wrong, it happens to all the good ones.
Mm. I think
I don't wish
that's
up any. I don't wish up on anyone. To be honest, it's one of the worst things.
agreed, and I think that's why gratitude and being so grateful for things, for people around you, for moments, is something I take really seriously in my life. Like um, little tiny things. If I go out with my girlfriend, for example, when we have a really great day, and something so simple like that. I'm
Can be a
just
lifelong moment.
agreed that it's so important to be grateful for the little tiny things, because the big things are uh, hit hard sometimes.
Yeah. Especially, I was like that last year, to be honest, when around October, I lost two people in the same week.
Fuck.
One of them being my gran, and I think it was around the time that you mentioned your dad passing as well. So, I,
Mm,
when you lose your gran, it's one of the hardest things. So I had to step back for like a few weeks, just to where my head was really at. I even quit my job,
mad.
like, because I just wanted to focus on myself, get a few weeks and that. And this year, I might already have a new job by next in the next 2 weeks.
Damn.
Something I've been wanting to do for years. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Things happen. I know the worst things happen, but at the end of the tunnel, the bright lights there.
Agreed, man. Agreed. You've just got to follow that shining light
True
and
that.
keep pushing, man. Keep pushing, doing the things that you know are important to you, are important to your loved ones, and go out there and continue that legacy. You've got a kid on the way.
You know
Uh,
what I mean.
it's
The weird
fucking
thing about that as well is literally my grandma was trying to hold on a few days just to know the gender of the baby because we were finding out the same week that she passed away, but the gender was going to be. And I don't know if I don't care if anyone believes in this, but I reckon she passed for a she passed then at the perfect time for this reason that when we're finding out we had a girl, it's like you know what I mean when you're losing of someone, another one appears, and
oh,
just as my grand
nice.
passed away, we got a baby girl. I don't know if anyone believes in it, but I think it was meant for a reason. One angel left, another one arrived. It was a really hard time, but one thing that's come out of it, and that's my
Mm.
little daughter. And I think my gran left this earth at that time, knowing that she was gonna live on and pass her legacy on to my child.
I definitely think things happen for a reason in this life, and sometimes you just can't explain
It's one of
things like
those.
that.
It's just one of those things that you literally can't explain.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
much as you try, as much as you try and work it out in your head, it just makes sense to other people
Yeah.
unless you're there in that moment.
Oh fuck, man. It's mad sometimes, isn't it? Talking about these kind of things really brings you back down to earth a little bit. Every day you're going through different stresses, you're going through different things, whether it be work, relationships, just general life, health, etc., etc. Talking about these things and airing that, I think, is such an important thing
It's a
to.
way to relieve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Sort of like free counselling.
Yeah, it is, and I think
It
especially.
gives, that's what I like about. That's what I want to do different compared to other people. I just want to share each other's life. I know it's technically an interview, but I just want to get to know the person more, get to know me more, and just bounce off of each other.
Yeah,
So it's
I
something you don't really see. It's normal. Most of the time, you're just asking questions, waiting for an answer. I want to do it different. I
mm,
want to get to know that person, and I want them to get to. I just, you know what I mean. You can't get a more better relationship and friendships or anything in this scene without actually connecting with the person that you're talking to.
agreed, and I think that's where, if you have some sort of uh relatable thing with that person, it's a very easy thing to bounce off each other. What I think a lot of the interviews and stuff that are out there, it literally is like a transaction, right? People
Yeah.
are just wanting to get a few social clips out of someone, so they're asking specific questions to get those clips and go viral, and all of that kind of stuff. But actually stripping all of that back and talking about the real stuff that actually goes on day to day in people's lives, you get a different perspective. You get a completely
No, I
different
mean
perspective, more authentic content, I think.
it's original, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it gives you an insight. You get people, the viewers themselves, get to see an insight into not just the host, not just the guest, but also the host,
yeah.
because you
Agreed.
can like retract on things like certain memories, and it just, you know what I mean. It
Yeah,
feels more relaxed, laid back, not like you got weight on your shoulder.
yeah. No, I
So you can
agree.
more freely. You know what I mean?
I agree. So I want to ask that, obviously, I think the first time I met you was at the event that I
Yeah,
fought
double O
at.
two. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was at the hotel because you were staying at our hotel, weren't you? Weren't you? No, no, you lived in
yeah,
Brandon. That was
yeah.
it. So you was like very close anyway. That was it because there was that many people I was looking after in that hotel because at the time I was working in that hotel, which is that hotel that everyone was staying in.
Mhm.
Not the one in that city, but you know what I mean, for that company. So I
Yeah.
was getting discounts and stuff, and most people just stayed at the hotel. So
So
I've got to know quite a few people.
nice. So were you part of the first event? Like, was this your like baby that you kind of raised as such?
This is what I founded and raised to where it is.
Damn. So how did that conversation initially start then? How did this come about?
What media or
No, the first event. Like, how did you even? What?
so
Who? Yeah.
as weird as it sounds. Basically, one day I was just on Twitter, and then it was round about because the first Misfits event happened in August, didn't it?
Yeah.
If I'm correct. And literally, I was just thinking to myself while I was watching KSI and the rest of them do their job. I was like, I noticed already a lot of these. I see all online, like all of these smaller content creators. They just want to get involved, but I know they're not going to get involved so soon because I need to start building their fan base, their community, just build a foundation. But they was thinking they can just get on it like that. No, shit takes time. Shit takes hard work. So literally, as soon as before my head, I was like, how has no one thought this already? How has no one thought of small creative boxing? Because you're seeing the big people do it. What about the smaller guys? What about the medium-sized guys? And I was like, so I literally, and this was at the time I was having a what's I was gonna like fight someone because he was just chatting rubbish to me, and I was just like So I mentioned, I was DMing him, and I was like, yeah, what? Guy just went blank. The guy just went, you know what I mean? So I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna start my own boxing company for small creators. And then August 31st, 2022, at the age of 18, I created a page. In literally about 6, 7 o'clock, first hour, over 300 followers. Next day, 5, 6, 700. By the first week, we'd already had 1K.
Mad.
And already got followed by Mams Taylor, got followed by Hasim Rockman Jr. Just all of these people, like, I had too much support. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, everything happened from there. And then within the first, August, September, October, November, December. Within 5 months, I'd already started because I'd had the first event January 7th. So within the first 6 months, I'd already had an event.
But how do you know when you're setting it all up and everything and you're planning it all? How actually difficult is that to get the whole team together, to get this person to do certain things? How much like organization actually goes into all of that?
Well, with like the actual whole like set up the venue and all that stuff, it's not as hard as people think, but it's all about who you know. Because I knew this guy over on Mackenzie, which is how the first event happened, which, as some of you may know, is known very well in the professional boxing scene because he fought Tony Bellew twice. Fortunately, lost to him twice, but still shows you how much nobility this guy's got.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then so I just went to him and said, "Is all right if I host an event here? Small creators, all this social media stuff. As you see, all these big creators doing their thing. I want to give a platform for where small creators can do their thing."
Mm.
So we got talking, and then I sorted him, and then me and a few of the guys got a date sorted, and what we thought was all right, which was exactly a week before Misfits 004, which was January 7th, ours was, and then you got Misfits 004 January 7th, January 14th. So a lot happened. So, but the reason why it all happened like so crazy was because the company now going to have who was supposed to be doing the what's it called, the production, that's the one. The day before, the last few days before the event, They weren't messaging me or anything. They said they couldn't do it. So literally, we had to resort to literally using a camera and a laptop. So it was a bit of a ball ache, really. Everyone wonders how the Kellys, how I got the Kellys, and the Cannon boys, as I say. Not even I know to this day how it all came about with the Kelly, with the Cannon boys, because it happens just right randomly out of the blue.
So when you're choosing the fighters for that first event, obviously, Tolbster was the main event. Is that right?
With Aaron the Carrot.
Yeah. How did you end up choosing them guys as the main event? Like what how does that come about?
And to this day, like, to be honest, with that event, I was 18, so and I had a few people with me as well, but the whole like actual creating and matchmaking that I was doing all by myself, so I was still getting used to it. So it was all a bit, yeah, but thankfully the main event, which was originally, so there was quite a few changes in the main event. There was, at first it was supposed to be me and Jalen, but because of my heart condition and that, I'd have to, I didn't want to take any risks with my heart and all that stuff. Still to this day, I won't take any risk anytime soon. And then it was going to be, I think, yeah, Jalen versus Leo Ains.
Mad.
And
What?
then Leo Ains injured himself. And then it was going to be, who was it? Oh, that was. Then it was going to be, who else was it? Was it Big Dan versus Jalen? I think it was. Yeah, Big Dan versus Jalen. And Big Dan wasn't able to make it. And then the train strikes happened. But in the end, two reasonably sized creators. You got Tolbstar, TikTok, and you got Aaron the Carrot YouTube. So it's sort of like a YouTube versus TikTok sort of thing.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it? It works.
And yeah,
If you could create a fantasy like card of all of like the small creators, what fight do you think you would want to see? Like which two small creators would you want to see square off in that ring?
I've been wanting to see this fight for God knows how long, and the whole community itself that wants to see this fight. Jalen versus Waffle Taco Gamer. The OGs of the small creator scene know that's the fact that the community want. Jalen versus Waffle Taco Gamer. Because you got the UK, which is Jalen, and you got the US, which is Waffle Taco Gamer.
Yeah.
And that's been a fight that all of us wanted to see for a while.
What do you think of Most Wanted going into Misfits? Not long from now, and I will be up in Leeds watching the fight. Hopefully, try and get an interview. But what do you think of Most going up against Joey Knight?
Mate, I'm absolutely proud of the guy. For being the first actual small creator to get their long-awaited debut on Misfits, I think the perfect first guy to do that is Most Wanted, because he's been putting in the work since. Bro, if this guy manifested this a year ago, as long as you put in the work, time, dedication, and not just expect it without actually putting anything. Like, look at Most, for example. This guy put the work, everything that he needed to do, overtime and that, and look where he is. He's got his Misfits debut in like 14, 15 days.
I'm hoping he holds his own in that boxing ring.
I reckon he will.
Do you think he will? Because the guy he's fighting, Joey Knight, actually
He's got
looks
a good
pretty
background.
decent. Yeah. So I'm hoping Most can actually hold his own. And yeah, exactly. I just don't want the occasion to get to him and then he'll freeze up. I want him to stay relaxed, stay calm. Because this guy he's fighting is gonna have that ring time, that experience over him.
He's used to the ring, so he's not gonna be. But then again, is he used to being in front of that sort of crowd? In the sense of the cameras,
yeah,
all of that, because he may have done like amateurs and all that stuff, but has he actually been in front of the social media presence?
Yeah,
and because that can always like deflate you under pressure.
It definitely can be.
We've seen quite a lot of people crumble under that light.
Yeah, you are right. I think that is definitely a factor. I think
whereas Most is used to that sort of.
He loves it, doesn't he? He wants to be in there. He wants to be the center of the attention. Exactly. Like he's gonna thrive in that situation. I think Joey's gonna have a lot of composure though. Like he's on True Geordie's show quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like I remember when the Prime card was happening, they did like a watch along, and Joey was on there and he was talking about Dean the Great and how he thinks he can beat Dean the Great, and I was like, damn, like if he thinks he's on that level, I hope Most actually has a bit of substance behind
Yeah.
the talk he's got, because if he does, we're in for a good fight. We're in for a
Uh,
good fight.
I don't see most one going down so easily.
No, I don't. He's gonna bite down on that gum shield for sure and swing.
True. He's gonna take it to the last breath,
Yeah,
and I
100%.
just can't wait.
Are you gonna be there?
Unfortunately, with it being so close to around the baby's due and everything, I
Makes
don't want to
sense.
risk it just in case the baby decides to come.
Who do you think could be the next small creator to kind of hit the misfit stage? Do you reckon?
Probably call him small, but we all know Bad Boy Beeman has got his debut this year. You know that's confirmed. All of these misfits heavyweights are sort of shitting it. I mean, Bad Boy's Beeman, he's been in front of the lights. He's had that many fights. He doesn't care who's faced with. This guy is a big problem to the scene, heavyweight scene, the heavyweight division. So I feel like same with Blunt Force Keith. Like, I reckon for both their debut, I know it's a bit weird, but I reckon that would be a good first matchup for both of them as both their debut on the prelims. I reckon we need to see Bad Boy Beeman versus Blunt Force Keith.
Oof, that would be electric, bro. That'd be fucking nuts.
It'd be the best heavyweight fight to date. It's in the likes of Tempo Arts, but we all know what Tempo Arts was like when Bad Boy Beeman was spoken to him. He was a bit, his coach was a bit. I think you'll be seeing Bad Boy Beeman face the likes of your top best misfits heavyweight contenders.
Damn, he really can go all the way to the top as well.
Personally,
He's got a lot of boxing experience and he is a creator. He is a YouTube creator.
he knows how to do it properly as well.
Yeah.
Same
He's
with
not.
most like the promoting. I reckon the promoting from like he seems already. Most has done quite a lot of promoting for his fight, more than most of the card. It just shows that, yeah, trust me, some other people on that card won't be getting that call, but most will because he's the one who's actually doing the promoting.
Very true.
And the more you promote, the more rewarding it is.
And the more chance you're gonna get a call back, even if you lose. Like you're gonna get that opportunity again if you show that willingness to promote, to put yourself out there and show the people who you are and bring more eyes to Misfits. So I think he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll be fine. If win, lose or draw.
Who do you see yourself fighting this year if you had between three? If you could choose three opponents, who would you go out? Who would you fight this year?
Do you know what's really irked me a lot from last year is the fact I never got to fight Ben Wheeler.
Oh, that is one. That is one we all want to see.
But and the thing is, the annoying thing is, I haven't seen a single piece of content from him since that event was cancelled. Yeah. For me, it's not so much of like I'll be fighting him to gain, anything out of it, because it's not going to elevate me to that crazy level.
Yeah.
It's more just to prove a point that I know I can beat him and I know I would beat him if we fought.
Yeah.
So I think
you heard that here, Ben Wheeler. Needs to fight.
Well, I feel like I'm just personally, that's always just gonna sit with me, the fact that I never got to fight him. So
it's really got on your conscience.
Exactly, man, exactly. So he would definitely be one. I wouldn't completely rule out a rematch with Callum if he has been training, and I'll tell you why. Because I spoke to him after that fight, and I know he was really upset, and I know he felt like he wanted to come out and win because he'd had a fight previously to ours, which he didn't come out on top on either. But I just don't know if boxing is for him, and I spoke to him not too long ago, and I just don't know if he's in that zone or not. But I feel like I would love to give him the chance to redeem himself. Do you know what I mean? And if he felt confident enough he could, I would potentially entertain that.
Yeah.
One of these breakout boys, honestly, I think I don't know what weight they all weigh at, so and I haven't really paid too much attention to it all. But I know, is it Ran or Rain or something like that?
Yeah.
I think me versus him would be a cracking fight.
Either you versus Ron or you versus Vopfi.
That could be interesting. I feel like when they meant to fight or something.
They had a
Is it?
fight, but I think they're having. I think they wanted to have a rematch or something. Because
Yeah,
one of them felt like they won, but they didn't.
yeah. So I feel like that could be quite cool. Vopfi or Ran. That would be a very interesting fight for this community, and one I feel like I'd be very confident in winning as well. So there you go. Three names.
Thanks for being the first guest on the first episode of Boxed In. And not gonna lie, it's been a crazy first episode, I reckon, for any sort of like interview.
We've touched on quite a few bits there, and blessed to be here, man. I hope this takes you on a cool journey in this scene, man. I want to see more interviews, more cool conversations with the guys. So thank you for having me, man.
Sounds good. See you again soon, bro.